Everyone, I hope it's not too windy outside and you can still hear me, but today I am going to clean out the chicken coop that I have that my husband made, and I thought you guys would like to see this. I know you've seen this in one other video and I have told you that my husband made this, but I'm going to show you what we made and how. Okay, the coop that me and my husband made is 12 foot long. And it is 3 foot tall, and it is 6 foot across in the front. We put this little handle on here because it's supposed to be like a chicken tractor, so you can, it's movable. We put this little handle on here, and my whole idea was for me to move it around and around the garden. So in here I have got this water hanging in here that they just peck on the bottom to get water out of it, but the lid fell off of it this weekend when the wind was going so hard. And then on the back of it, when he built, this is the coop part. This part right here is the coop part, and on the back he built it. Here's my 2 eggs I gathered for the day because I only have 3 ladies right now. He built it with a hatch system on it here that it will lock. And then when you open it up, it looks like this on the inside. So here is all of their, he built the little ladder that goes down. There's my lid. I need to get in the middle right there. I need to get my lid out. And he built each one of these nests here. And then above the nest, right here, is the roost. And that's how we built it. And this is what you call the airflow. These 2 right here. He left the vented part up top, so there's plenty of airflow in there for the chickens. But I am unsure. I think last year it got too hot for the chickens because I had 3 of them that died on the same day in this here. So I think it happened on the roost one night because they were fine one day, come back the next day, and they were not alive. So I think maybe during the summer months it doesn't get enough airflow, or just happened to be that day it was super, super hot. So I lay this door down like this, and then I take this thing that I bought from Lowe's, the same thing I was digging in the dirt with, and I just scratch all of this out like this. And so I put a lot of the wood chips in there. And then whenever they poop on the roost, it falls down onto these wood chips, and then I just clean the wood chips out. Now after I get done, all the wood chips fall on this lid, this gate here. I lift the gate up. I have all the wood chips. I put them into a 5-gallon bucket, and then I take them up and I put them in my plants, my pots, and my compost pile. That way that I will have compost in a few months that is good and made of all natural material.
There's a little birdie in there. Where are you? There he is. There he is. There's a little birdie. Little birdie got stuck in there. Hey, little birdie. Oh, no. Tiger, stop it. My cat is trying to get that bird. Oh, Mom, the bird's coming on the roost. The bird's coming up. Right. The bird just got to it.
Show them the bird. No, you can't touch your hand to it.
Oh, there the bird flew out.
Pause. So when I get it all scraped out, it looks like this on the door. And I set a 5-gallon bucket down here. And then I just take this and scrape it off into the 5-gallon bucket. That's how I do that. And then I was also going to show you that we put these wheels on the back of it. That way when you lift up the front, I have 2 wheels. When you lift up the front, it will roll on these 2 wheels and roll easier. But the problem is they're not pointed down to the ground far enough, so they actually just rub the ground. You would have to pick up the front of the chicken tractor really far to get those to work. So the plan didn't work. We need to just take those off, but that is the way that we just designed it. And then when I'm done, I put new shavings. I buy a bag of shavings like this, at Walmart. I think it's $5 or $6. It lasts me for a few months. And then when I get done, I just put the new shavings in here, and it keeps everything dry and helps keep the chickens warm, gives them a nest to lay on, and it gives me compost. Now, when I go to shut this, sometimes it leaves a gap right here, just a real small gap. But one thing I don't like about our design, which we didn't take into consideration, he put it on by these hinges right here, like this. But the only problem is if our coop is unlevel at all, this will not line up, and I'm not able to lock that. And if I'm not careful, it will come undone, and it leaves a gap. I do have these locks on the side also, but sometimes it will rain in here if I'm not careful, and then it gets the cedar chips wet, or the pine shavings. I don't do cedar chips, I put pine shavings in there. And on another note, my garlic still looks really good that I transplanted. It does have some ends that looks like they're dying, but it did look like that when I transplanted them. But it snowed yesterday. You guys, we're in Oklahoma, and we got just not even a smidgen of some snow, but we did have snow on these, and I was really afraid that they were going to maybe freeze, but they didn't. I don't think we got enough snow, so they look good. And this extra one over here, I've got some compost potting soil, so I've got chicken manure, pine shavings, and potting soil in there, and when it gets a little more decomposed, I guess, I'm going to put it into these two and see if that will help perk these up a little bit.